we have to talk about the diene reactions, but we have to talk about them in sort of a logical fashion, and that's a little bit more challenging than it sounds, because we have to start thinking about what's going on in the system and whether it has any logic behind it or not. So herein lies the problem. If I take the simplest possible diene conjugated, meaning a single bond in between two multiple bonds, then I have a bit of a problem when I start talking about the addition reactions back from alkene land. First, most additions to dienes only go once. So we're only adding, for instance, if I use Br2, we're only doing that reaction once, not twice. But we have a bit of a problem with what's going on in between. And therein lies where we're going to have our challenge today, is what is going on along the road here. So here is the problem. If I do this with HBr, well, then what? What happens if we just did a regular alkene with HBr? So let's say I had this and HBr. What happens? That's the end. Let's talk about the mechanism. What's the first thing that occurs? Double bond attacks the hydrogen, and then what happens here? The bromine gets kicked out as an ion. We then have to decide which cation is reasonable. Usually it's a yes-no, but sometimes it's possible to get mixtures. And this is our first step intermediate. The hydrogen has been added, the bromine has not. The second step is very much like an SN1 reaction. I have a cation, I have a decent nucleophile. That doesn't require much thought. That's going to work very easily. Here, on the other hand, not so easy. Oh, goody. Why? What's going to get messy here? We have the same first step. One of those pi bonds has to give it up, go after the hydrogen, kick out the bromine. But now we have a question. What is the intermediate? It's still a cation,